What is a behavioral disorder? Well, it's a maladaptive behavior that disagrees with society's norms. Now, we all have maladaptive behavior. And you want to know why? Because we can't stand to be controlled. It's that simple. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. We break a little rule here, we tell a little lie there, and because it's seemingly so minor and we haven't gotten caught, we think, not a big deal. The thing is, we don't go around breaking society's rules all the time. The things that we do, those breaking of those rules, we do those things just to keep a little bit of our autonomous control. We don't do those things on a regular basis. We know when we cannot get away with something. We know when it's inappropriate to do something and break those rules and to speak off the cuff and hurt someone's feelings. We just know. And this knowing is a dividing line between all of us and them, and all of them. Now, the difference between us and them, we're not any better. We just know better. The person whose behavior is all the time problematic, they don't know. Well, they do, but they don't know like how we know, because they can't regulate their behavior the way that we do. They manipulate their behavior to manipulate us into thinking that they know like we know, as they continue to lead us to believe that they have empathy. And they know what it's like to empathize with another human being. Now, empathy for us is the spiritual boundary that prevents us from crossing over to the other side and living and embodying hate. The person who engages their personality in society with no boundary line for empathy has no monitoring system to say, hey, let's back off a little. That's not okay. That's enough. You're going way too far. No. The person who suffers from a personality disorder, they don't have the internal, empathetic, emotional system that filters their consciousness to stop acting on impulses that are just wrong. For them, the impulses that they act on, well, they're not wrong. The narcissist knows what is right and what is wrong for them. And when they engage in these right and wrong filters, it's different because they don't feel the same as how you and I feel. What is right and wrong for them feels different. Now, have you ever witnessed a fire walker? Now, this person is able to walk over hot, burning coals with their bare feet. They walk along a path of red-hot embers as they methodically walk across the path that for an unprepared individual would char the skin of their feet right down to the bone instantly. The fire walkers place their mind in a meditative or alternate state. They are able to filter out the pain and protect their bodies by tuning in and tuning out specific beliefs through thoughts. By focusing their mind, the fire walker can filter out and shut off pain receptors and tune out the reality of what they see, of what is, and they walk forward in a reality believing what isn't. The reality is the coals are hot. Well, yeah, duh. But the firewalker has altered their reality in their mind to believe the impossible. The coals are not hot and or on fire to the firewalker. Now, the narcissist or other personality disordered individuals have been trained through their childhood trauma, to filter out empathy to the point where it doesn't exist anymore inside of their hearts. The pain receptors that make the parental emotional torture hurt so much has been filtered away from the narcissist. And now the narcissist lives in an altered state of reality where they truly believe telling the truth will be of no benefit to them. Telling the truth is the only way that we can live truthful lives, through the filter of empathy, because empathy helps us to see perspectives from the vantage point of how our fellow brethren or our fellow man might feel. But the narcissist, they believe that they have no choice but to control the narrative at any cost. Because to control their life, well, that prevents them from feeling those fiery coals underneath their feet. They are locked in and cannot deviate from this mindset. It's permanent. The narcissist is like a firewalker of sorts, and they have filtered out and shut off the pain receptors of empathy so that they can walk the path of life unscathed. Because they no longer have the receptors within to feel empathy, well, the narcissist, they cannot know what it's like to empathize. What you actually see is just mimicry. And it's a weak attempt to empathize in order to temporarily fit in. They don't want to fit in. They want to fit you into their life. But through deceptive means, they make it appear like they are fitting in to better suit you. And what this is just a self-serving act, as it helps them to go on in life and remain undetected. Just think about this for a moment. If everyone you knew about your firewalking capabilities, what would be asked of you? You would have a high responsibility to live up to, as you would probably be asked to do the unthinkable, to step into hot zones and save people from infernos. We would be asked to use our supernatural capabilities to help save the world. But the narcissists, they don't have empathy, but they are like a firewalker of sorts, as they don't feel the burn of consequence when they tell a lie and they set out to deceive us. The narcissist is not a superhero. They may act like it, they may look like it, but they're far from it. And there is nothing in this world where the narcissist would be needed in that kind of capacity if they were exposed. The narcissist is not community-minded. The exposed narcissist is an ostracized narcissist, and this always makes them feel vulnerable. Having an exposed narcissist with all the world to see their weaknesses makes for a very dangerous and volatile narcissist, and no one wants to be around someone whom they cannot trust. So the deception continues. So be careful of the narcissist who cannot take the chance of becoming exposed. They might just bully you to walk over those hot coals. I'm prepared.